bunch of things to do in my program over the past month, and after I got done with those things, I took a week-long vacation, which I really, really needed. But I'm back, and I'm hoping to make videos on a fairly consistent basis again. But I got tagged by several people to make a 5 things video. I got tagged by Suitashi, I got tagged by Ozone Hockey, and Bear359. So I think they all deserve to get this. It's been way too long since I made a last video. So I'm going to try to make these interesting. They probably won't be that interesting, as interesting as I think, but I'm going to try to make them interesting. Okay, you may have noticed that I have an indentation in my tongue, if you look at any other videos, because I'm not going to stick out my tongue. That's because I had a tongue ring. I got it when I was 18, and I had it for about 5 years. But when I got it, it was after I graduated from high school, and my friends and I were on senior week. We were in Ocean City, which was an amazing time. And we wanted to remember the time. So some of my friends got tattoos, some of my friends got lip piercings, nose piercings, I got a tongue piercing. So I go in there to get my tongue pierced, and the piercer guy, whatever, he was like, stick out your tongue, because you have to stick out your tongue to get your tongue pierced. And so I stuck out my tongue, and he's like, oh my god, he's like, you have a cow tongue. And I'm like, what? I was so embarrassed. Like, ever since that day when I got my tongue pierced, I'm like, I'm not going to show it off. I'm not going to stick out my tongue or whatever, because I was embarrassed over my tongue. I don't know. And then I got more self-conscious because when I took it out, I have this indentation in my tongue now. Anyway. But, yeah, so I had it for 4 years, and then my 5th year of having it, I was in grad school. And my one professor told me, he came up to me and he goes, you know, when you grow up, you're not going to need that tongue ring. You're going to realize you don't need that tongue ring. And that made me think, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wait until I get my doctorate, and I'm going to have my doctorate in my hand, and I'm going to stick out my tongue when they take the picture. Because I just wanted to kind of like break down that stereotype of people who have piercings are immature type deal. Because I got it for no other reason than I thought it looked cool. I literally thought it looked cool. There's no other reason. So, whatever. I ended up taking it out, though, because since I have such a big tongue, I was actually hitting my teeth with the ball, the metal ball, and I actually cracked several of my back teeth because I would actually bite down on the tongue ring sometimes when I was eating. And I went to the dentist, and the dentist was the one who told me, he goes, you know, I'm not your father, but if you keep in your tongue ring, you're going to ruin your teeth. And that was the end of it for me. I was like, okay, I'm not going to ruin my teeth. So I took it out. So, well, whatever. I can't stick out my tongue with the tongue ring, but maybe I'll stick out my tongue when I hold my degree anyway. Okay, number 2, this isn't my real nose. I wasn't born with this nose. I was a cheerleader for 7 years, and my junior year of high school, I broke it. There was a cheerleading stunt that we were doing. I was a base. I'm always a base because I have huge shoulders. I never was a tiny little girl that could be less than 100 pounds that goes up. But I was basing somebody, and someone was doing a pop-down Liberty. And a Liberty is when you're on one leg, and the girl was going to twist. She was going to twist down in a nice, tight little package, and we catch her. Something happened, though, in the dismount, and she either whacked me with her arm or her leg. I really don't know to this day what happened. But my nose went to the side of my face, like literally over the side. The good news is I didn't feel anything. All I felt was blood gushing out of my head. And I kept my eyes closed, and I told the girls, I'm like, don't let me see blood. And I just felt layers and layers of paper towels on my face. But in the emergency room, the doctor automatically just pushed it back to the center again. But I had to get rhinoplasty because I broke the barrier from my nose to my brain. And while I was in there, my mom, I love my mom, but she's very vain. I'm Italian, and I used to have a little bump. It wasn't that big, but it was a bump. And my mom told the doctor, she's like, just take it out. You don't need to reconstruct that. You could just keep it out. So I woke up with this nose. Yeah, so I used to have a little bump. And it's a lot wider now. I used to have a more narrower nose. And I know more wider noses are associated with masculinity, so I pretty much have a more masculine face now because of rhinoplasty, which is the exact opposite of people who go in for other purposes of rhinoplasty. But it was reconstructive. It was to fix the barrier between my nose and my brain, primarily. And then my mom came in. Anyway, so number 3 is I write a lot. I have 41 diaries. This is my 41st diary, and I'm like halfway done. And I started writing when I was in 4th grade, and I really like looking back at my diaries. I really like reading my first impressions of people. If I met you, I have my first impression of you in here. And actually, there's several of you on YouTube that I wrote about too. But it's really good because I'm a big advocate of writing down things that actually you had actually experienced. Because I mentioned in a few other videos things about false memories. We pretty much morph our memories of what had happened to us based on experiences that we are involved in currently. And I don't want that to happen to me. I want to be 80 years old. I want to be picking up my diaries and reading what exactly happened in my life. But it is really good going back and seeing people who have been in your life and reading what you first thought of them. I love that. Okay, so that was 3. Number 4 is, I hiccup after I eat. Pretty much with almost immediately up until about like 20 minutes after I eat, I hiccup. And it's usually only 1 hiccup. Sometimes it's 2 hiccups, but usually only 1. And I got into the habit of when I'm out, because I'll eat something and then I'll go out somewhere, like maybe to pick up something at the store or something, and I'll hiccup, and people would look at me as if, is that girl drinking type deal? So I got into the habit of when I hiccup in public, and I'm around people that I don't know, I go, I swear I'm not drunk. But I realized that actually gets people to question whether or not I have been drinking. So I don't know what to do. I think it's funny, though. I've met a few people based on the fact that I just merely hiccuped. So it's pretty funny. Okay. And then, what number was that? 4? I don't even know. I hope this is 5. This is Uncle John's bathroom readers. I collect Uncle John's bathroom readers. Have you ever heard of them before? They're awesome. I have like 10 of them, 11 of them, and they're all in the downstairs bathroom, but I brought this up. And what I love about it is just like random stuff in here, and it's funny, and you'll learn a lot. But at the bottom of every page there's a fact, and I'll read some to you. Let's see. Let it be. 1 of every 3 insects in the world is a beetle. Bet you didn't know that. Okay. Snakes can continue to bite after they're dead. Ooh. Your eye muscles move an average of 100,000 times a day. Ooh. What else is there was one I read the other day that was funny. It's like, a study determined that pigs can become alcoholics. So, it's interesting if you ever are looking for something just to put in your bathroom, or anywhere. You don't have to read it in the bathroom. Uncle John's bathroom readers are the bomb. Okay, so I really hope that was 5 things. Once again, I plan on making more videos, and I'm happy to be back. And I want to truly thank Derek359. I wrote to him a long time ago saying that I probably wasn't going to make videos because I was studying for something in the program, and he had actually remembered and wrote me on the day of my exam and asked how I was, and that was really amazing. I really liked that, Derek, so thank you. Okay, have a nice afternoon and enjoy yourself.